I want to hear first.
The bad news.
I cannot log into the test environment because the system is not allowing it. But the good news, I'm going to walk you through the steps, and you're going to have to write these really good, all right? I'll repeat them 20 times, all right, for the test. Okay. I need everyone's attention for this last module here, all right? All right, we have to stick to this together. We're going to do this together, okay? Make sure you have a blank sheet of paper with you. This is an important module because this module is the one that you'll be able to pick up all of your tasks to do on the field, all right? Your job, you will no longer get paper. You will have to do it off of the system, all right? Okay, so keep that in mind. Right on there, big task, okay? Now, the task tab is where you're going to be getting all of your work, all of your home visits, all right? All the outer requests from call center will all be on your task, all right? Now, you have to claim your task in order for you to work your task to go do the home visits, all right? And also how to complete your task. So you're going to talk about working tasks. Now, when you go into the, your managers or your admin are going to distribute your work through these tasks, all right? They're going to send them to you based off your zip code, your county. That's what's going to determine what home visits you have to do. Instead of you getting the paperwork, it's going to be through the system, all right? Now, so here gives you a screenshot. You're going to go to task. First step, write this down. In order for me to claim my task or to see my work, I got to go to task. You do not have to start the call. Do not start the call. Go straight to what? Task. Write that down. In order for me to do my work, I got to go to what? Task.
Carlos?
Yes.
When they go to task, the only thing they're going to see is their own personal work. It's not going to have a lot of other stuff there, is it?
It is. I was told on the top is going to be all the little information, but they want to see their work, and I'm going to show you how to. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Now, write this down. I want you to write 3 little sections. Have a space between them. Unclaimed task is 1. Unclaimed task 4, and put your name in parentheses. And then the last one, claimed task.
I'm sorry? The middle.
Unclaimed task 4 is going to say Paula because we're using her example. They're going to be your name. So you have unclaimed task 4, and put your name. And then claimed task. You have 3 sections. Unclaimed task 4, put your name. And then claimed task. This is an example of how they look, all right? This is what this task looks like. The ones where it says unclaimed task, write this down. Those are just all the listings that belongs to your region. Listings that belong to your region. On the claimed task. The first one. The claimed task, right?
In that section, they will see everything. It doesn't matter if it's theirs.
Exactly. You will see everything that's not yours. May belong to someone else from your region. All right? Yes.
Now, does it belong to somebody or it hasn't been assigned?
It hasn't been assigned.
But
It
it's
just
only
said-
for your region.
For your region, yes. Whatever's in your region of the queue. Write that one under unclaimed tasks. All right? So far, so good? All right. Unclaimed task 4, where you put your name, that's going to be your work. All the work that has been assigned to you. Write that on there. Unclaimed task 4, it says Paula Capello up here, that will have your name. Right on there, that is my work. That is my list that was assigned to you by your admin or your manager. Claimed tasks are the ones that you are working on. Claimed tasks are the ones that you are working on. Again, unclaimed tasks, what is that for, class? All right. Unclaimed task for Paula Capello, what is that? Yours, right? Claim tests are what? Lists that you already claimed and you're starting to do what? Working on them, all right? Am I going too fast? All right, so, and these are the 3 tasks that we just talked about, all right? 3 tasks, all right? That's what I told you to write down.
Yeah.
All right, so, now, basically, you will only work the unclaimed task that has your name, all right? You will not contain any tasks for hours captured. All tasks for hours will appear unclaimed tasks along with your what? Your username, all right? That's just a recap. Now, so, once you are here, you have all these are unclaimed tasks for you. And all of them will have unclaimed, all right? That means how many tasks does this person have right here? 3. So they have to work 3 tasks, all right? I'm going to break down what all these little information means, okay? As we go through the slide. Now, here is going to have the task ID. Don't worry about the task ID, all right? It's just another number on the record.
I'm sorry, hang on just a second. Could you, well, I was thinking, could you move that projector back forward or whatever it was? It got smaller, I can't see the words or anything. It's in absorb, Kelly.
Watch out, the lights would it get too dark in here? Can y'all see or no? Huh?
Yeah, it's better.
Click on the...
Thank you.
All right. Oh, there you go. All right. So, here we have details and work, right? Details, when you click on details, it's going to tell you what type of home visit it is. If it's a TP40 enrollment, a 1087, a DFPS, everything about your list. Betsy is working on, you know where it says the task name, it says outreach home visit? She's working on removing that and telling you what is the actual list that you work on. You get multiple listings, right? Hey, this is your 1087 list, this is your SSI list. She's working on getting that added to the system. But if you want to know what type of list it is, you got to go to details to look at that information, all right? Now, the next section here that we have, here you also have the status because it hasn't been claimed. It needs to be claimed, right? Here has the date that it was created and the date that is due. Betsy stated that you may see a time to say, hey, this is due by 12 o'clock by noon on Friday. Ignore that. It's just due by close to business, all right? But you'll be able to have the date. Ignore the time. Just look at the date, all right? They're still done like now. Close to what? Of business, all right?
Yeah.
Then here, escalated, that is not for us to use. Here's going to have your name and also going to have the client's information and how old the test is. The good thing about it, you don't have to see which one is priority. The system will do that for you. Whichever is high priority, that when you claim next, that's going to make you take you to the one that needs to be done ASAP. All right? So it will do the thinking for you. Now, when I go to the next section, here has all the information and it belongs to outreach, right? So, write this down. On the unclaimed task with your name on there, this is what you have to select to pull that record up. You're going to select claim next. Write that down. That is important. Select claim next under unclaimed task for Paula Capello for your name. You will just select this little box right here, class. At the bottom, claim next. All right, claim next. Well, guess what that's going to do, class? Tell me, help me out.
It's claim what?
Claim next. Next, yes.
Next.
It's going to claim that task that you need to work, right? Hey, I want to go visit this person now. You're going to claim it and bring it down to your claim task. So you can start doing what? Working, all right? Claim next from where it has your name. Just your name. Claim next so you can start working your task. All right? And yes, you can select multiple because this was the issue here. They wanted you to select one at a time because you're going to view one at a time before you close it out. But now they changed the system to where you can claim all your work, put it on your claim task, and then start doing the home visits. All right? Instead of claim next, go do a home visit, come back to your house, claim another one, go do another home visit. Now you can claim all of your work and then start doing what? Home visit. Just because you claim it, it does not mean that you're going to erase it from there. Because the only way that you have to erase it is by putting a call action, or you forward it to your supervisor because you can't work that task. That is the only way that you can get rid of it. Now, if you go visit TP40s, it will stay there. How many days do you have? 10 days, right? It will stay there on 10 days. If it was unsuccessful, it will still be there. But in 10 days, what happens to that? It will disappear, all right, from your task. All right, so now write this down. This is the claim task. When you claim your task, how do I know that I'm working that task? The task ID number is going to be in what color?
Red.
And red. That means that you're actually working that task right there. Under claim task, remember, I hit claim next, right? It brought it down to my claim task. And how do I know that I'm in there? Because it has what color? Red. That means that you're currently working that task. All right? So, again, class, can you claim all of them?
Yes.
Yes. Does that mean they're going to disappear? No. From the unclaimed where it has your name, you're going to claim all of them, bring them down to this tab right here that is called Claim Next, so you can start doing your what now? Your home business, all right? Now, the only way to make those disappear, one, you have to click a what? A call action or forward it to your supervisor. The TP40s may still stay there only for how many days? 10 days, and then they will disappear off of your task, all right? Now.
Okay, excuse me, Carlos, 10 days because we get it on the 15th, is that what?
Yeah, because that's what you have, right? 10 days?
Well, we have 15 days for TP40s, but is it because we're getting it on the 15th? Is that
Exactly, yes.
what? Okay. so
Yes,
we're
because
gonna-
I get the 5th day, and then from that is 10 days for you guys.
Okay,
So technically it is 15 days. But you'll only see it 10 days because by then, 5 days already went by.
okay.
All right, now, so remember what I told you on the claim test. Remember, class, right here. If you click on details, it's going to tell you that this is a missed appointment what? You don't do missed appointment, but this is an example.
Right.
Here it says that this is a missed appointment referral, so that means that list, when you do a home visit, you will do a what? A missed appointment. If it says 1087, it will say 1087. If it's an ACO needed, it will say ACO. If it's SSI, it will say SSI. This is how you know you have to click on details because the task name, all it's going to say for now, until the future is going to be changed. Well, you know where it says missed appointment? That will be right here, so you don't have to click on details. But for now, you have to click on details to see what type of list it is. All right? Because when you get your list, I assuming they're already labeled for you. This is your TP40 list. This is your SSI list, your foster list. Well, with the task, you got to click on details in order for you to see what type of list it is. So what type of case you're working with. All right? Now, once there, here you have forward to supervisor, forward to supervisor. Here, you will forward this to a supervisor. The only reason you may forward it to a supervisor if you got a task that does not belong to your zip code, that is way completely out of your service area, or that belongs to someone else. You will forward. These will go to the managers, not the supervisors. FYI, it's going to go to management. All right, and then management will reassign it to someone else. All right. If you're going to go on vacation, all right, if something is wrong with this task, then as you will forward over to your supervisor. Okay. Something that you can't work for some reason, or let's say that you know that person, hey, Miss Teresa, I know who this person is. They're my cousin, all right? Can you do home visits for your family members?
No.
No. So guess what you have to do? You have to, you're going to claim the test. You got to claim the test, because you're not going to know by the time you work in the test. So by then you already did what? Claimed it, right? So then you have to go here on this. This is the claim test. You will go to supervisor, and you don't have to put no notes. All you have to do is what? And that just takes up, and it's off your task. Work your next task. All right? So again, if you go on vacation, and if you know this person, if something is wrong, or this belongs to a different region, or a different zip code that is not yours, I click to supervisor, and then I forward it to who?
Supervisor.
And it goes to the manager. All right? If you're not sure, run it by your supervisor. Hey, it's something that I can send to you. Or let's say that you're under pressure, you need help, and it's the last day of the month, or whatever the case may be. Do y'all do that sometimes? Do y'all help one another?
Yes.
All right? So then that's something, remember, you don't have the paper to go, hey, here you go, Miss Anna, go work these for me. You got to do all what? Forward to super, and then they have to reassign it.
So when you forward, is there a section where you write a note explaining why it's being forwarded?
No, you don't have to put that.
For like the manager?
Exactly, because by then you're going to give her the heads up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Look at the caller.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right? Now, there's another one here that's called forward. There's one more. That one, the one I said is to supervisor. There's another one that's called forward. All right? Forward is going to be for the 1087s. Do you ever send those back to SSU?
Yes.
All right. Now, give me an example when you send them to SSU. When do you send those back to SSU?
You mean,
The 1087s. Huh? Once they're completed, right? Or let's say, do you ever send them if it's incorrect information or you're missing information? Or do y'all still work those?
We still have them.
All right. So y'all work them and then y'all give them the outcome, right? The provider, the date of the checkup, right?
Right.
All right. So this is what you're going to have to do with those. You're going to have to hit forward. And then here, it's not on here because this is a bad screenshot. It's going to say SSU admin. SSU admin.
no, excuse me, do we do that or does
Yeah,
the
y'all going to have to do it.
Not the manager.
Because y'all have to get rid of it, yes. Because
Okay.
y'all done with it.
Okay.
1087s. All right? You're going to click forward under claim task. All right? Forward. You're going to get this pop-up message at the bottom right here.
Uh-huh.
Here you're going to put the outcome. Here you're going to put, what was it? The provider's information, right? The provider's name. I had it right here.
The address and the phone number.
The address and the phone number and the date of the appointment, right?
Right.
All right, so all that will be put on this note right here. And then here you're going to select SSU admin. SSU admin. And then you're going to just hit what? Forward. Again from the top. These are only for 1087s. You will select forward. You have to tell the system where you forwarded this what unit. Business unit is going to be what? SSU. And then you're going to hit what? Forward. On the notes right here, you have to put the provider's name, phone number, and the day of the what? Eventually whichever way you complete it, right?
And if it was unsuccessful, you do the same? You also send it?
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm sorry, get it.
What do y'all do with the unsuccessfuls now?
We just, well, we had an admin that took care of them. We
Exactly.
just recorded unsuccessful and then.
All right, well, the
Yeah,
admin,
pick it up and.
let's work for them. You would just forward it to
What has to be in the notes again?
the provider's name,
The process.
the process that you do now, and also the day that they got the checkup.
We don't get rid of
That's going to be right here on the forward notes, right here. And then you're going to hit forward. Those are for the 1087s. Because that was the question that was pending for the whole entire call center. I mean, for outreach. Because we didn't have a response for that.
So say that Mary gets 2 1087s and Lennox has one and somebody else in my region has another. So as they're working it and they're claiming it and they're completing it, they forward it on, and instead of sending it to SSU in one list, it gets sent individually
Exactly, because we want to get them we want to get them off of your test.
off of their.
So yeah, so we're trying to coordinate with SSU to make your jobs easier, less paperwork for the admin, less emails and less faxing stuff. The system will already generate that for us. And then SSU, because I also train SSU, they have a task of their own and can receive all these updates, and they'll process it what they need to do with Phoenix and also send it over to the caseworker so this person won't lose their ton of benefits. Because then they can't pay their Escalade. And they don't get their checks. That's what they always call in the call center. But yes.
If we're not successful, is there anything that they want us to put in the notes?
No, you can just put out successful there, and that's all. Just what you would do now, but what you would do now on paper, you're going to do it now through here.
So we're still gonna put the last action?
Exactly.
The date, because that's what we do right now.
Exactly. That's all you have to do. For Betsy's instructions, that's all she wants y'all to do. And just forward it, because now you get to forward it. Now, also here on the call actions, remember, there's 2 ways of getting rid of the action, right? Write these 2 down. In order for you to close the action, you got to forward the task to your supervisor or other department. That is one way of getting rid of the task. The second way is completing the task by choosing the appropriate call action, which closes the outreach what? Request. And we started about these already, right? If you gave an ACO, that will automatically close out your what? Your task, right? That's all the only 2 ways you can get rid of your task.
Can you do that again?
So, in order for us to get rid of these tasks, one way is by sending it back to your supervisor or to SSU, right? Which is the 1087s. Or by putting a call action that it was successful or unsuccessful, and that will get rid of your work. All right? Because I believe you're only required to do one home visit for TP40s now, right? That's all.
Oh, that brings up a question.
Mhm.
Yes. There's this section, on the new system where it says, unsuccessful home visit, try again. Where will you use that? Who needs more than one home visit?
Well, okay, example. You go visit the mom, right?
Yeah.
She's there, but she's running out the door. Hey, can you please come back tomorrow? Then you want to come back tomorrow and also try to get that request done for her. Because Bessie, this state is that if someone tells you, hey, can you please come at a different day, then you may be required to go back and visit that mom to get that successful.
Only the client requests.
Exactly. And then you will put the try again, and you will go the next day that she wants, and it will still be on your claim task. And then when you go, you work it, and you save it successfully, and it gets taken off.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's the only time.
Exactly, yeah, because remember, I did hear, because that's the same question I asked Miss Betsy. So you're telling me they only go one time?
Yes.
But what about the mom says, can you come back in the afternoon or in 2 hours? She said, well, they have to go back in those hours or 2 hours. Or she also said, if they say, well, can you give me a call like at 5 o'clock? She said, well, then our Irish counselors have to call them. Even though we don't do outbound that much anymore, you have to obey what the customer says to get that attempt, yes.
Okay, so let's say we have an HCO and we're required, HCOs require home visit. So we go out, we do the home visit, it's unsuccessful. It's gonna come off of our alerts, but it's gonna stay on the task that they still require, that they're needing an HCO, correct?
Okay, so run that again by me.
Okay, so on our task, we have an
Okay.
HCO
All
that
right.
needs a home visit. We
All right.
went and did the home visit, it's unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful,
Yes.
okay.
So we're gonna come in and do call actions, unsuccessful home visit.
Okay.
It's gonna be taken off of our task.
Exactly.
But for some reason, we got into the case and we go to alerts, it's gonna show us that that client is still needing an HCO,
Exactly.
correct?
So yes, so that's a good question because it's going to benefit you guys. That alerts will never go back to normal color until that ACO has been given. But remember, you're only required to do one home visit, right? If you're done with this home visit, when you hit unsuccessful, that would eliminate that task from your list. But that alert will still be in red because you can always call the call center, and when the call center sees that call, they got to give them the ACO. But you don't have to work that list anymore because you did your attempt that you needed to do, that was required of you. The task is different from the alerts. Your task is, this is my work, and I got to do what I have to do to keep my manager happy by doing my home visits, going above and beyond, knocking these out the water. And of course, if they're unsuccessful, they're unsuccessful, but that alert still stays there because no matter what, that case still needs to get the ACO. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if we have a TP40 that's sent to us needing a home visit, before I drive my 2.5 hours, I try to call them and I don't reach them, so I do an unsuccessful phone call. That's not gonna remove it from my task, is it?
The unsuccessful one, yeah. TP40 or just other clients?
Like if it's a TP40?
No, it will not remove it. It'll stay there. It'll still stay there for how many days?
10 days.
10 days.
Okay.
Now, and the reason why it stays there, and Bessie did say y'all can ignore it, but in the event, let's say you have downtime, you're done with your list, you want to make another attempt, or that person wants to call you back because you gave your cell phone, you can always go back and click on work. If I go here, on work, and reopen up the case and process it, and it will eliminate it.
Okay,
All
so
right.
it'll still stay there if it was unsuccessful?
Exactly.
Even if it was a home visit?
Exactly.
Okay, good.
Because that's why I asked Miss Bessie, that's only for TP40s. Hey, you're telling me the class, hours can only go one time now. And that's true. But sometimes they will remain on there for the 10 days until they get defaulted. And then, of course, they will disappear from your task. All right? But just know that you will have the capability, if it's still there and you already did the home visit and you want to say, I want to do it again because you care for that person or something's going on or they call you back, you can go back and claim it and finish it off and then it will disappear because you already knocked it out.
But if you do an unsuccessful phone call on something besides the TP40, it's gonna disappear?
It's going to disappear, yes. Exactly. Now, check up, because they said all of them will, they want to get everything to be like that, but since they're still fixing a lot of stuff in the system, the TP40s for some reason are going to be stuck there again now. But if that person were to call the call center and they did that enrollment, that would just one day you could be in there and it's there, the next day you log in and it's disappeared because call center already did what for you? They already took care of it.
Will that be a call center success, or is that going to still work like the same way it is now?
It's going to be the same way it does now.
Okay.
All right? Good questions. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Right now, when we go make a home visit, we have a packet, we leave it there, and it has our number for them to call us back. So are they gonna call us back or are they gonna call the call center?
If it's your number or the call center number?
Because of
Mine-
both
It's
numbers.
got both, really.
Okay. So if they call you back, then you'll be able to work it and pick
So
it
we
up.
still leave it like that with our number and the call center?
Exactly. Now, so there's a thing, okay? I gotta give you a big disclaimer. Those may still stay on your claim test. Keep in mind it's still a new system. There's still a lot of development that is happening for every department, all right? And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest. It may stay there and you'll be able to pick it up by going to work and working it and finishing up, knocking it out. If it's not in there, guess what you're gonna have to do? You're gonna have to go the old way, like we were showing you earlier, by going to start call, putting in the Medicare ID number, and looking it up and doing it through there. All right?
So if
Now-
the task is gone, we can still go and search. for it.
Exactly. So let me back out a little bit. Sorry, I know I'm talking too fast. We have, if it's on your claim test, we don't want you to go and look it up through the case search recipient like we talked about this morning. All right? Go back to your test, click on work, and then knock it out through there. All right? But if it's no longer in your test and they call you, guess what process you have to do?
Okay, phone.
You have to go phone or home visit outbound and do it the long way like you were doing it now. Looking up the CIN number, going into the record, setting caller, and doing the enrollment or the ACO. That's only if it's not under your what? On your test. What we role played this morning on how we were looking into the cases, that's because we didn't have any tests to work. But in your job, you will just go to task, pull it up, set the caller from there, do your call type, and you're ready. You don't have to look it up because remember, for you guys, when you get the list, you already have the socials or the Medicare numbers. What do you do in MaxStar? You type it in, right? In call center, they can't do that. They have to ask for the Medicare number. They don't have it. They have to ask for the social. They don't have it. They have to do last name and zip code. But you, in your task, you just click on it, and the record's already open for you. You don't even have to search for it. The task will do it on its own. All right? And you work it off, and it will disappear. Is that good or no?
And Carlos, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So it will be mandatory to make a phone call before we do the home visit, or it just depends on the outreach counselor if they want to do that or not.
I'll let they're your managers because I asked that same question. Management Bessie told me to tell you guys how you want your regions to do it. Her question was, do we still want to do a phone call before we go visit that customer? Can y'all please answer that? Ms. Connie, can you go first for your region?
You can make the call before you go out to do
All
that.
right. That's my recommendation too. But I'm letting you, the managers, Ms. Linda.
And in our region, yeah, you wanna conserve those resources and make your phone calls. You don't wanna use your gas in your car.
All right, Ms. Teresa.
And I agree, especially if it's in a remote area.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. Because what I'm doing, if I was an outreach counselor, I try to get as much as success as to get a fat bonus and keep my manager happy.
We avoid putting in an unsuccessful phone call before doing the home visit so that it stays there and we know it's
No,
from the
because
home visit?
if it's a TP40 or, the task isn't gonna be completed until that one visit's completed.
Exactly. Yeah, so I mean, always do your research before you do anything. Just my opinion, all right? All right, class, so before we go, we talked about the 1087s. We're going to talk about processing an outreach request, all right? So here, obviously, these are all the ones that you may get from people. These are all the listings that you may see on your tab. You may see TP40 enrollments. And do y'all know that you're no longer going to be doing other types of enrollments, like Star Plus and all those? All those will be done by outbound, right? But you never know. You may get an outreach request that you may have to do what?
A home visit.
A home visit for those, right? But right now, these are some of the ones that are going to be on your what, class? Do y'all recognize any of these?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Those haven't changed. All right, so, again, it's going to take you from the top. Look, you claim your task from the unclaimed task with your name on there, right?
Right.
Section of the staff, task found in the section and routed to you based on your what?
Zip code.
And look, all you have to do is say what?
Claim.
Claim next. When you claim next, it's going to pull up this here, and it's going to tell you what needs to be done, right? It tells you what type of task. I know it's hard to see, but this person right here, this person is a parenting 10 listing, all right? Now you'll be able to see the type of request that this person needs. It gives you all the information, their address, all the information that you need that you will get now on your list after you claim your task, all right? Now, once you claim your task, here you also be able to see this. We're gonna try to get this changed for you, but if you will go to details, it will also say this is a parenting team list. All right? This is just a recap of what I mentioned to you earlier. Now, also, if you're doing a test, you always want to look at the view, decline, request, home visit. If someone sends you a home visit, okay, a request, did I talk about home outreach request on day 2? Did Ms. Bessie mention that?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to give you an example because this to me is maybe Chinese for you, all right? All right, so call center sends a home visit, right? And they're going to do it on the outreach request tab. You're no longer going to get emails. How many out there do you get those?
Rare.
All right. Okay. So I'm gonna say this one time. Then. You get a home visit. It's gonna be routed to your task based on your zip code. All right. Because the system is already programmed. If I put 78702, that counselor that's assigned to that is gonna go straight to your task. All right. Now, when you get that task, you're gonna claim next, and you're gonna have the screen right here. You're gonna pop up this screen, the previous one, that gives you the information that this is a home visit. All right? Sent by call center SSU. When you go here, you're going to have to click on survey, request for home visit. You have to click view, survey, client request for home visit. That survey is going to have all the details that you need to know about that home visit. Like the form that they fill out now, what is the major cross street? At what time do I go? What is a good time to call you? What is a good phone number? All that will be under the view survey so you can get the full details of that home visit so you can be prepared when you go visit the what? The client. All right? Again, you will claim it like any other task. The only thing is that you will click view survey to look at the home visit that is in there. All right? All this is like what you will get on paper. How do y'all get them now when they fill them out? I'm just curious to know. Through email? And it has all the details, right?
Yes.
Well, all those details that you get through the email are going to be under that view survey and have all the questions. All right? That's when you can do a call to see that's what they want you to, hey, do you want me to go out this time? Will be a good time? CCRs now have the capability of putting 2 days and 2 time frames for you guys. And we do tell them, please put the major cross street. I always tell my staff, if you were outreach and I just put this person lives on South First and no address, no zip code, what do you expect for outreach to do with that? Send it right back to you.
We can't.
All right? Can't do anything. Of course, I don't teach every class, but the ones I do teach, I know different departments, so I like to tell them what other departments don't like seeing. I did request, I don't know if this is a big problem for you guys, but when a TP40 has a miscarriage, then you go out there to do a home visit again, and it's like, y'all want to know about that, right? When y'all go out there, y'all want to know that the mom lost a baby, so y'all don't have to bother her. So I told my classes, please for outreach, just make a little note that this person had a miscarriage. Of course, that's not a requirement for them, but that's helpful for you guys, right? Or no?
Yeah, it is.
Arlington said it was. But,
It is.
But
So-
we still have to enroll the client.
well, yeah, but just like the ACO parts and
Right,
all that stuff,
right.
yeah. So, I see I do listen, so I'll put the request for you guys.
I guess you're more sensitive.
Yeah. Well, I'm not perfect, but I try my best.
No, I'm saying, you're more sensitive when you're doing the home visit.
Oh, okay, oh,
With the
you.
clients.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about- Nah, I ain't said nice.
Yeah.
All right, so now, remember, this is just a recap. Tasks are processed by completing the appropriate call action or taking necessary actions on the case. This is also referred to as terminating events. For example, a successful home visit is processed by selecting home visit completed and your call actions. A TP40 enrollment task that has been assigned to the field will be processed by completing the enrollment. Once a terminating event occurs, the task will be removed from the task screen, all right? I'll say once I select my reason, it will what, class? Disappear from your list, all right? And of course here, processing a task, you will just select the ones that you have. You go to Access tab, claim next, on claim task, select the appropriate call type, and start doing your outbound and assist the caller and complete whatever they need. All right? 'Cause remember, when you claim your task and it's a successful one, you got to put what here? Call type. Because you have to hit call done in order for it to remove out of your task. All right? Like what we did today. All right? And then call actions, again, it goes over a repeat of the ones that we have. Remember we talked about withdrawn? What is this?
When the client doesn't want us to go anywhere.
Exactly. All right? And of course, this is just a repeat. You add the client there, you add 2 events, and they're pre-populated at the bottom. TP40 will automatically remove from your task list by completing the enrollment. No additional correction document required at this terminating event is the enrollment. All right? You don't have to put that you gave a script because the enrollment is his own action. All right? And of course, here the following tasks are processed in the same manner. DFPS, pregnant teens, parenting teens, and of course, there's still more on there as well like you would do now. All right? And of course, this is just a repeat of you selecting the different scripts, depending what you give them. Did y'all get this here? Did y'all understand how to do the call actions? Yes?
Yes.
All right, so I'm doing a DPS, you give them the DPS listing, right? So here you would just select the DFPS script that you gave them or the ACO. You see how the ACO is right here, class? It's going to be there on the real, the test environment has it, not the training environment. But ACO will be in it. All right, you add, and then you hit call done, and you're ready. All right? Do you want me to do a recap on 1087s, or we're good?
We're good.
Are y'all sure?
Yeah.
All right.
We can go through absorb,
Course?
courses, and then go through all this.
Exactly. Well, y'all have that already there. I already covered all this because this is what I covered on the other side. Like the task 1087s, this is only 2 slides. Like you will put the date of the checkup, provider's name, the provider's phone number, that it was a successful. SSU special unable to verify the checkup, they will forward them to you, right?
Yeah.
And of course you do that, and once you're done, you will forward it over to SSU link. The only way to remove this task from your assigned task is to forward it back to special services unit where they needed provider information. And that's what I showed you earlier. Yeah, I wrote that down, right?
Yeah.
And of course, such a priority request. This is what I was telling you about when there's downtime, when you don't have any work to do. This is where you can go and claim the old ones, all right? So
Is that
here,
even possible?
huh?
Is that even possible?
Yes, because
You don't have to-
remember on the claims, remember what you were asking earlier, is that it is for all the region you belong,
No,
you
I'm
can
saying,
get.
is it even possible that we're gonna have time for something else?
Oh.
We have so much work.
Well, some of you are really fast. I heard that yes, some of y'all be done while you're working like in 2 weeks. Nice. I didn't hear that. I'm just playing managers. All right. And of course, here you will just go to Average tab. You will click on the external list, and then you tell your manager. Here's what you tell your manager: what list would you like for me to work? Your manager will tell you what list to go work if there's downtime, if you're done with all your work. Don't you want extra credit?
Sure.
There you go. Do more work for your manager. And of course, they'll tell you to select these, and then you just start selecting the county that belongs to you, your zip code, and you just start claiming the task. The only thing about this one, you can't claim multiple, you can only do one at a time. So that kind of, I put LOL on my notes here, because it's not a good thing. And then of course, you just do the same thing like your regular task. Look it up to see what it is, and go do the home visit. You have a question?
No.
All right? Good stuff, right?
Good stuff.
All right, class, so write this down on the case number that you have. Write this down on the back, all right? On the back, write this on the back.
Hold on, please. Okay.
All right, so this is what I want you to do, and I'm gonna let you go, I promise. Okay, on the back, I want you to here put step 1. Step 1, go to TextMax. Y'all know how to get a TextMax, right? And now you're in trouble. Step 1, go to TextMax. All right? Step 2, you're going to go onto the training folder. Right here. It's underneath the first column. Training, right here, class. This is TextMax. Go to training folder. Put that step 2. Go to training folder. All right? Once you click on it, you're going to scroll down. And step 3, go to EB shortcuts. EB shortcuts. You should have 3 steps. EB shortcuts. EB shortcuts right here at the bottom. All right? Once you go to EB shortcuts, you're going to get this pop-up menu here. Step 4. Click on MaxEB Train 1. MaxEB TRN 1. MaxEB TRN 1.
One more time.
MaxEB TRN1. I love to repeat myself. I feel disappointed because of the system, class. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So sorry.
You're good.
MaxEB TRN1. When you click on that, guess what that's going to open up for you?
The training?
The training environment. All right? And you have your login. Y'all know your password?
Yes.
Password 1.
Yes.
And then y'all can practice with the system. These numbers are for you to keep. These logins are just yours. They do not belong to other regions. All right?
Very good.
All right, class. So, how do y'all feel? Do y'all feel overwhelmed? Y'all want to vent? All right. So, this is the last thing I need for you to do, class. Tomorrow, whenever y'all get a chance, take a quiz that is in there, 7 questions. You don't have to do it today. But if you mind, do y'all mind doing the eval for today for me? Do y'all know my name? Carlos, right? All right, and just put there, please, on the needs improvements, I will recommend that y'all put in there, they should have a training environment that is up or little things like that. Because if it's just one person complaining, but if we have multiple people, then they may do what? Exactly. All right? So,
You said y'all had the same issue yesterday.
yes, we did. Now, when you go to the Observe website, when you go on the date 3, there's a little tab that says evaluation on it. Are y'all shut down already? I want to go home already, right? Sorry. It just stays like 2 minutes. And after that eval, you're welcome to go. Yes, ma'am. No, because those are because this is the way out time to go.
I think that's.
Oh, ¿esa?